The Chusky Boys!
This is Chad with Hemlock. What does a Chusky Boy looks like?
Chusky Boys, what's that?
Chusky Boys, not to be confused with Husky Boys.
The Chusky Boys.
Well, I believe y'all guys are listening to the Chusky Boys.
This is William Duvall, and you are listening to the Chusky Boys.
Hey, welcome back. Episode 25 of the Chusky Boys.
Chusky.
Once again, another extensive hiatus. I mean, really what it comes down to is that Frank Catalano was so good. We just couldn't come back.
Can't follow that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was such a good interview. It was devastating to the podcast. Right. Thanks, Frank.
He burned his saxophone right in front of our eyes. You can't follow that.
The truth is, JR was so far behind on his internet bill that we all had to chip in, bail him out. Now we're back.
I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay.
Out of internet jail.
Out of internet jail.
He tried to get me to pay for his omelet today at work.
How did you not? How did we go to the cafeteria based off of, hey, I think you owe me breakfast? All right, man.
It was uncomfortable.
And next thing I know, you're walking away, and there I am, like holding the bag, holding the omelet.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
After I knew he didn't want my money, I offered to pay for it. After I knew I didn't have to pay for it, I offered to pay for it. And he was like, no, I got it.
The wound is fresh. The wound is fresh. So last time we met or talked was August 19th. So it's been a bit, right? A little bit of a stretch.
It was like 100 degrees ago.
I haven't talked to you guys since last year.
Via Zoom.
So here we are in 2023. What I think we catch up if anything exciting is really happening. So Dusty, let's start with you there, Chusky boy.
I just thought of something actually. Shout out to friend of the show, Coach John Stegelmeyer, on two things: winning the national freaking championship on national TV against those bastards NDSU. And if you happen to be a fan of the South Dakota State University Jackrabbits, you definitely want to tune in here in a few weeks because we got someone really cool on. But anyways, congratulations to Coach on the championship and for his retirement. He just announced his retirement here a couple of days ago after the beatdown they gave North Dakota State University. So congrats, Coach. Thanks for everything. And hope maybe we'll get him on here in a couple more years and see how the retired life is. I know he works his ass off being a head coach of a major college football program. So hopefully he gets the retirement he deserves. Other than that, I got nothing good.
Nothing good.
We can talk about the Cowboys if you want, or
we can get to the Cowboys later if we have time.
Oh, sure. So
Dusty, placing some wagers and stuff like that. Then I think you went on tilt there for a second. There, did you, Dusty?
Hey, we talked about this earlier. That we're not going to talk about it on air. It's over. It's done.
Oh, yes, the faces.
All right. I have a couple bad days.
Had a couple bad weeks. Bad weeks. If this is how it works, a couple bad days turns into a couple bad weeks. A couple bad weeks turns into a couple bad months. Then you lose your house. So
it's gone. Sell it all.
There we are.
Except for his new car.
Microsoft's down 3 points. Oh my God, we could spend hours. Okay, all right. We got to talk about the car, Dusty.
No.
So I think maybe this
it's
podcast didn't hit air, but you got your Fast and Furious car, right? So
Subaru, come on.
Let's start from the old Fast and Furious Toretto and take it to where you are now. So Fast and Furious got your what kind of vehicle was it?
It's a Subaru. Just a Subaru. It's got,
that's what you have now,
Subaru.
right? You have a Subaru now.
Oh, my
Dusty,
race car.
The little race car that you have. Yes.
My Dodge Neon.
Yes.
Can't forget about the
what
Dodge
happened
Neon.
There, right? You had fun. That was good stuff. It
was a headache. It was a lot of money. It was dangerous as all hell.
I thought your exact words to us was, it's worth the investment. It's a worthy investment. It makes you happy. And it's got its quirks, but it'll come through.
I was
love into it.
I think you kept saying midlife crisis too. And you're like, oh, I'm not midlife.
I don't regret it. That thing was awesome.
No regrets.
That thing was awesome. No regrets.
You got rid of it?
So tell me about the time. It was a weekend where you called me. Where were you? Where were you when you called me?
Dude, I don't remember.
Were you stranded on the interstate?
Oh,
your-
like 2
with
miles
your-
from my house for like 5 hours. Yeah.
Your little Dodge.
So this is why I sold it. I'm such a good mechanic. The problem is, it had a bad battery. That's all it was. So it's
Why'd
just a
you
bad
sell it?
battery. Well, I was already going to sell it. Some kid called me up and said, "Hey, man, like
I thought you paid for custom license plates for this thing.
I kept those. All right, the license plates are neon LOL. And they're on my wall.
Yeah.
Hey, did you and Jesse race for slips and you lost or what?
I'm looking at the time. Are you recording right now? Oh, you are
Oh, yeah.
recording. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to JR. Talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
So now you have what a Subaru? Like what is it?
I sold the Jeep. I sold the race car, and I bought a Subaru WRX STI.
Sensible.
It's nice. It's all-wheel drive. It's fast. Gets around well. Turns some heads.
Total chick magnet.
Yeah, married.
Absolutely. My wife
Car
can't
screams.
drive it. It's a 6-speed.
Stable.
One of those
stable
situations.
401k.
No 401k for me. Overrated.
All right, so still driving fast. You're still in the fast lane, Dusty. I wish I could be
I'm
half
gonna
as
be
cool
in
as
Fast
you,
and
buddy.
Furious 22. There's talks of me being in there. Fast and Furious 22. I said only if I can do a Chusky Boys cameo.
That would enhance the franchise. You could be like Fast and the Furious in space.
I don't know about enhancing the franchise,
It would
but I
enhance
see
it.
Dusty as a heavy set, bald Vin Diesel,
Hey,
right?
there you go.
I mean, just
God,
look.
Vin Diesel
Just
is it
look.
now.
By the time I get the goddamn respect I deserve,
The people's Vin Diesel.
No, the Wish.com Vin Diesel.
No, Stockholm.
how do you motherfuckers always make fun of me? All right, let's start
don't know.
spreading around a
I
little
didn't know you
bit.
started it.
Start spreading around a little bit.
Your vehicle.
Jared.
Anyways, all right. So catch up with so for me, from God, what is that? Oh, yeah, Cancun again. We did go.
Yeah.
We went to Cancun again, and it was
Rich.
just as awesome as the other one, as the first time. And not to mention, we're actually going back in June, and this time we're taking the kids.
Nice.
So I would say that was probably the highlight. Dallas Cowboys getting bounced in the shitty Dallas Cowboys fashion like they always do a couple weeks ago. Hell, that was just last week. And the Zeke Elliott play, what a crapshoot. And that's always disappointing. Of course, I work with people who are 49ers fans. That hurts as well. So anyways, what are you gonna do?
Burn.
Those are not allowed in El Paso. You Cowboys fan or you leave.
JR and I do nothing but sit in South Dakota all summer and all winter. Well, the Sketchy Goat's out there rubbing shoulders with the musicians and the famous ones. Let's hear all about it. I'm going on mute.
Yeah, I had a fun summer. It was fun. I feel like the second that we left off, it was just like insanity from there on out for me, which was great. I was just saying, I took the plunge. I took a break from college finally to pursue art, and it worked. It's working. Earlier in the summer, I got a call from Sean Kinney from Alice in Chains, which is a name drop there. I'm just trying to remember everything in order. So, well, it was weird. I got this DM from his tech, who I was his tech at the time. I've become friends with since, and he's just lovely. Just a side note, everyone who works for Alice in Chains is just lovely, and they're wonderful, nice people, and we love them. I got a message saying that apparently during rehearsal, Sean wanted a new kick drum head and wanted something super trippy and psychedelic. And Jerry apparently brought me up and was like, here's her stuff. And he's like, okay, cool. And so a couple minutes later, I'm being sent all these pictures and requests and hey, we want to do this. Can you get this done? And it just, my head exploded. My head's still exploding. It never stopped. It was just the dream gig getting to do those. And it was cool to because they were all Sean's requests. So it was kind of cool to learn more about him and what he what his favorite movie was, which apparently he really loves Willy Wonka and all this stuff. That was cool. It was just fabulous.
How many drum heads did you do for that tour?
So it was supposed to be 2. We started off with Taylor and Charlie Watts from Rolling Stones, and of course Taylor Hawkins. And I got those done quick enough to where he was like, hey, can we do 7 for one for every week of the tour? So I ended up doing 7. And it was cool.
Okay,
He was
so
a
let me see
fun
if I can
client
name
to
them
work
all
with.
off. I'm gonna try to name them all off. Okay, so you got Charlie, you've got Betty White,
Yeah.
you've got the
Was it Betty
dog.
White?
Yeah, Betty White.
Yeah, it was Betty White.
Oh,
It was
okay, I
really
knew
cute.
that.
It was a little picture of her with the horns.
So Willy Wonka, you got Hawkins, you got Betty White, you got the Ravaged Dog, right?
No, I didn't
No?
do the dog, but my
No
dog
shit.
does look like his dog.
Okay, so I got 3 so far. I know more. Hold on a second. Give me some hints.
Was it like Dorothy or whatever from Brady Bunch?
Yeah,
No, it was Alice,
Alex,
Yeah, Alice.
from Brady Bunch, of course.
which was so cute. I mean, that
Of
was just it was
course.
just perfect. It's so perfect.
That's 4. Give me the other 3. Or Jared, do you want to guess?
No, I added. I gave you.
Yeah,
He
you
was
got
like,
one.
I don't even care. I didn't notice. It was lame. And no, JR.
Hey, okay. So one thing we didn't mention is that we did go to an Alice in Chains show this summer. We went and saw him in Denver at Fiddler's Green. Remember?
Yeah, who
Nice.
else?
What drumhead was there then? I can't remember. Anyways, what were the other ones that we were missing?
I'm looking it up.
The other one was Neil Peart. Pure-
Oh yeah, yep.
And let's see, Willy Wonka. Let's see. I feel like this happened so quickly. Oh, and the LSMS. That was really stunning. That was being able to do the LSMS felt really heavy, but in a really beautiful way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So for the people who aren't like big Alice in Chains fans, what is that exactly?
Oh, that's what they started doing a long time ago. It's the Lane Staley, Mike Starr, LSMS. And this was another cool fact. This was the first time Sean ever reached out to work with anybody as far as art goes, which was a big deal. Yeah, he's never, because he's actually really artsy. He's a very hands-on, like artsy guy. And he gave me one of the best compliments I've ever received. He was like, I've always tried to do something trippy and artistic, and you just made it happen. How did you do that? And it was so nice.
Damn, that's awesome.
And so you were talking with him directly. It wasn't all just his drum tech or whatever. Like you were.
No, at first. So at first it was like me to Joe to Sean, and then vice versa. It would be there's this like flow of information. But when I went to see them in Albuquerque with my best friend and I, we actually got to go back there and spent a really long time with Sean, and he's just amazing and just
like
a great
before the show,
great
then, like in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, right before the show, he invited us back there.
Sweet. So what happened? Tell us the details.
Tell you the details. So it was kind of a surprise. I get there and I get a message from a different guy who was like, "Hey, are you here? Because Sean really wants to meet you and say thanks and hang out." And of course, head explosion. And so we organized it. We went. We got there right as Thunder Pussy was going on, so we got to see their set on stage, and they're fucking phenomenal. Thunder Pussy is just some of the best live shows I've seen in forever. They're amazing. Their energy is great. They sound good. And watching that from the side of the stage was just mind blowing. And we went and Sean talked to my best friend and I for like 3 hours. We talked about everything. I got to show him a bunch of art stuff. I got to show my dog. He's really funny. Talks a lot and it's just great. And we had salad. Thunder Pussy was there some of the time too, so we got to like hang out and talk to them for a while, and it was just an amazing time. Total, that whole crew, that whole band are nothing but gentlemen and just really fun great guys.
So you're visiting with Sean,
so,
and then
I'm visiting with Sean.
Time to start like getting ready for the show. You get like, did you watch it from the side of the stage or was it?
No, so I got to see him test out his kit, which I'll never forget that. That was just stunning. He was so open and so just kind and was just like, "Oh, come with me, follow me here." And he was like introducing me to everybody and he was like, "Oh, this is Bush." And I was like, "Wow, that's Bush. Wow." I really freaked out meeting Gavin Rosdale's dog. Now that I was starstruck at. It was Chewy Rosdale and he was just there. I think at one point I was freaking out so much. I was like, "Oh my God, it's a dog." Because I freak out at dogs no matter what. And Janae was like, "Yeah, you saw Gavin was holding him, right?" And I was like, "No, I did. I saw a dog. I got really excited."
Who this? Who this, Gavin?
Who that guy? No, but they're really nice too. I have to say, especially Keith from Breaking Benjamin is totally nice
He's
guy.
the drummer, right?
Keith is the guitar player.
Yeah, he used to play in Red, right?
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
right. Okay,
that's right. He's
Dusty. When we went and saw, he was the opener because the other band, their bus broke down. Yeah, so he did that acoustic set. That's Keith.
Keith is really cool. He is definitely that guy, just spur of the moment. Yeah, I can do a gig. I can't stop going off about how nice these dudes were. I mean, all of them, and especially Thunder Pussy.
It kind of goes back to like the saying where you don't want to know your heroes, right? Or something like that because of
unless
disappointment.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's kind of switching almost the expectation when you meet them.
Alice in Chains is definitely an unrealistic expectation because they're so just warm, especially Sean. He's just so funny. And he's also really, really sweet. So my best friend, she has a visual impairment. She's blind in one eye. And so she has a hard time seeing things, and so that's why we do a lot of things together. Like I'll help her out. And we went into catering and Sean was reading her all the food that was out and was like showing her around because it was kind of dim inside, just like making sure she could see everything. And I was like, wow, that's really nice. That was like absurd. Also, he thanked every single person that worked there in the catering, like all the people that were just there. On our way out, he was just thanking people. He's stupid nice.
So you got to hang out with those guys with Sean.
Yeah.
So in the Alice in Chains, the Bush guys. And when was this show? August probably?
This was September. Yeah, this was September. And I also got to
September.
I saw the other guys too, but it was very. I was just with Sean for 3 hours. It was amazing. It was just so.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was great.
So you made him 7 drum heads. So where at in 7 was he? Was that his 5th or 6th then, or? I'm trying to think of when that tour was.
Yeah, so I also saw Phoenix, and that one was Neil. And then the day in Albuquerque, they switched it to Alice. So I actually got to see the Alice.
Nice.
Head up close. And then after that, I think it was just they brought Taylor back because there was a big show.
Yeah, in LA.
Excuse me. Yeah. So the Taylor came back quite often. LSMS was up for Lane's birthday, and I think something else. That one wasn't there for the whole week. I like how special that one was. It was very, that one came out for special occasions. And then they finished off with Betty White.
Did they? Nice. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Why Betty White?
That's just the way it went. It was kind of a random way I think they decided things.
Why did he want a Betty White drumhead?
I think he thought it was cute. I actually don't know that one.
Well, you made it, or did they ask you to make Betty White, or did you just make Betty White? It was your idea. No, that was his idea. He sent me all 7 people, and it got to a point. So I had picked the picture of Charlie and Taylor. I actually sent him 3 options at first, and one with the 2 of them. He didn't really dig that. That one didn't work out. He picked the right ones. The dude's got a great eye. Yeah.
And from then on, it went from here are the reference pictures. Draw this picture. I want this one. I want this picture of Neil. I want this picture of Alice. So after he realized that I could basically do whatever he wanted, that's when it got way more customized. But it was great. He was a wonderful client to work with, which sounds so silly. But he had color suggestions for a couple of them. The way he orchestrated, only the drummers had color. Dude's got a great eye. Great to work with.
Is it weird to work for someone like that, but truly like to actually get a paycheck from them? You know what I mean? Or be paid by them? Like, what is that? What does that look like? Thanks. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of screaming. No, it's really humbling. I feel really lucky. Of course, these are the people I've wanted to work for. It's a dream job. I don't know how I got here. It's all been from Instagram, I guess.
It's all been from Chusky Boys, actually.
Yeah, it's you guys. I really owe. But no,
all of us, really, all 3 of us.
I'll say it.
We build it up.
I'll say it. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. No, but it's really humbling, and I feel super lucky. And what gets me even more so is that these people are so grateful. Like they're very, like Sean was really thankful and really like, you're amazing, and I can't thank you enough. Wow, this is great. How does this work?
The biggest question is when is he going to be on the show? Soon?
I'll give him a call. No.
A text would be appropriate.
He'll be on Thursday.
Hey, by the way.
What else have you done then, Goat?
Let's see. That was such a world. Oh, and then right after that, I flew out to Seattle to finally meet in person Nancy and the whole team.
Dang.
That was really great because it felt like we kind of all knew each other. And as soon as we met in person, it was like, oh, we're not just on Zoom. We're real. We exist.
It's just some backstory. Like you've done some stuff for Nancy Wilson from Heart, including like, wasn't her recently, I say recently, we haven't talked in a while, her dog that passed away?
Yeah, so that's actually something, that was one of the first pieces I actually did was I did a portrait of her daughter's dogs, and then when her gold when her lab died, excuse me, I did a portrait for her then too, and I've just kind of been on her creative team for the past 2 years. Basically, if she needs a poster, I do a poster, gig announcement. I did her logo. I did all the illustrations for her website. And a funny story. So on the day that, I meet Alice in Chains and Sean, and it's just like the greatest day of my whole life. It's just wonderful. We get back to the hotel and I get a text going, can you do a single cover right now? Can you do a cover for Nancy Wilson's song for Taylor Hawkins right now, please? We're so sorry it's so last minute, but this is going to be for other things. And I was like, yeah. So the single cover for Nancy Wilson's tribute song to Taylor Hawkins, Amigo Amiga, which by the way is so beautiful. It's just about their friendship, and that's what they call each other. Yeah, that was done under extreme duress. The aftermath of Alice in Chains is where that came from. So anyway.
So it was the night of the concert, it got done.
Yeah.
You got a text message. Did you have your equipment there, or was it the next day that you started working on it?
No, I had my stuff with me. I got back and was up till fuck o'clock in the morning and just drawing a cool single cover.
Until what o'clock?
Fuck o'clock. Because I don't know what time it was. I was up all night.
Fuck it.
Because you want to, and it's so special too. It's not just like, not that I half-ass anything, but it's especially, you can't half-ass Nancy Wilson's song for Taylor Hawkins. Like, you just can't. So it was like, this has got to be perfect.
That's insane.
And then so you send her like the proof, like she loved it right from the get-go. Did you have to make a bunch of changes or what?
No, I think the only change that was suggested was maybe like to make one corner a little darker to see the text, which made perfect sense. Yeah. But no, that's another thing I like working with a lot of these folks is it's like that with Jerry and Sean and Nancy. It's really great when someone knows what they want. You know what I mean? Where you can send it, they're like, yes, make this maybe a little tweak or whatever, but we love that. That's also, I learned that's a really special thing to have in a working relationship.
That's crazy. So how did you kind of meet up with them or start the relationship with, how do they reach out to you? Like, how do they get the Sketchy Goat to do work?
Well, a lot of them, sometimes it's just themselves. Like Nancy, for example, I had drawn a picture when she released her album just of Nancy Wilson because it was like, oh, this is cool. And her daughter reached out and was like, can we use this? And I later found out that she was like, yeah, this has kind of been what Nancy's been looking for. She wanted like a psychedelic, but like a soft psychedelic that was modern, but not like too crazy. And it was like, I drew what she wanted, just kind of guessing. Yeah. And she's like, we want you to keep doing it because you have a feel for it. So I looked into that one too.
That's cool. Do you have anything else that you can share lined up?
I did a single cover for this guy, Tyler Rain, his single You're the Lights coming out on Friday. So it's like a pop vibe. I'm sure you'd hate it, but it's really pretty. That's coming out. Just some private commissions, slow start to the year, but we're getting in there. I was just going to say in Seattle, like Mike McCready jumped up with Nancy Wilson and that was really cool too.
What?
He walked Mike McCready from Pearl Jam.
Yeah. What did he do?
He hopped on stage with Nancy Wilson. They played Barracuda.
Oh, nice. So you went to that show. Okay. So when was this show again? Like in the fall then? Or?
That was in October. That was shortly after Albuquerque with
and
Alice.
You flew to Seattle for that show?
Yeah, I flew up to
on
see
the goddamn
the
miles.
Show.
Wow.
I find deals, man. I don't go unless there's a deal. I'm still poor.
You gonna come to Denver then for Jerry Can Chill in March?
Yes.
For real?
That didn't seem very definitive. The audience can't see your face, but it's like, yes.
Like
maybe.
Your eyes say really no, but your voice says yes.
She meant maybe.
I got plane tickets, and I'm still like, man, am I really gonna go? So it's looking like a yes, a hard yes.
Holy shit, that's awesome. Jay,
I don't know if I could do that one, man. You guys are hardcore and getting lined up hours ahead of time, being right on the rail.
I got VIPs, so I'm gonna be in there. I got the early access. I'm in and I'm out.
You're just dropping that coin, man. I'm the rich one. Jesus, how much that set you back? You're probably getting the guitar too, huh?
No.
Don't bullshit. Don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Oh, I also got to say, I also went to San Antonio, met Queensryche, saw Judas Priest live, which was a childhood dream come true.
That's awesome, man.
Also a childhood dream I did a poster that Blackie Lawless has in his house. And for me, that meant the world because I love Wasp, diehard Wasp fan, which is something you just don't hear and you probably shouldn't. So that was cool. Queensryche, Priest. I got to watch Priest from behind the stage for a little bit. That was unforgettable.
Damn.
And yeah. think that was mostly it.
Damn. All these people to network with, you be on Chusky Boys, and I haven't heard of any of them yet on the show.
So sorry. I am terrible at this. I'm actually terrible at all of this. I'm terrible at being social. I don't know how any of this happens.
More salesmanship, please.
It's so surprising that I haven't been thrown out of anywhere for saying something stupid yet.
I'll cut
a
this out, but
miracle.
it's just like
It's just a miracle.
It's a miracle.
miracle.
Thank you for the show,
Miracle.
Ball.
Miracle.
Oh, Ball.
Dang, so that's pretty crazy. So you guys plan on seeing Jerry Cantrell on tour again, starting in like a month or so?
27th. Well, he starts this.
He's doing
or
2
next
dates
week.
with Bush on
Reno.
the 28th and the 29th. And then he's out with Thunder Pussy, which is one of the coolest. But have I mentioned how cool they are?
You
and how great
did.
they
You
are?
did earlier, not actually too far ago, actually.
Well, you
Which
might
is-
have forgotten in that time.
which-
so
which is
Thunder Pussy's for
good.
life.
But Thunder Bush for 2 shows, right? Like LA and Reno or something like that. And then Thunder Pussy for his big run, right?
Mhm.
I didn't
Yep.
I didn't remember that. So that's cool. I get to see him then. I never got to see them. I'm trying to think of who when I seen him last year 2 times, it was that dude. Oh my gosh.
Philip Michael Scales, another cool
Yeah,
dude.
Michael Scales. Yeah. We hung out with him at the bar afterwards. And then Jared was there, right? Yeah,
He's
we
a
got
cool guy.
the punk rock shots. I still not right, my eye, my nostrils.
He's sitting there
He's
running,
blind.
dude.
Yeah, that was
blind.
that
Pink
was-
eye, bro.
That was Denver. yeah. In St. Paul, we didn't do. It was never mind. Well, shit. What else we got going on? Super Bowl. The
Do we have
goats
guests
freaking
lined up?
Crazy.
Like,
I
what
got-
is
I got
the?
We have some bitchin' guests.
I got a few guests lined up. I don't. It's
See, Dusty's
me.
Dusty's the real star power. This man has the ability. I might just draw things, and JR will pay for things, but Dusty is the guy that's like, he'll just bite the bullet and go, "Come on our podcast," or else. It
So
works.
we do have Michael Fabiano locked in. He is Sports Illustrated / Sirius XM
Locked in.
host,
Yes.
DJ. He's in the Hall of Fame for Fantasy Football Writers Association. He's going to be on February 8th, so hopefully we'll get that out. Or no, I'm sorry, February 3rd. So hopefully we'll get that out by February 98th, according to JR with his skills to edit it. And then a couple other ones I'm gonna keep close to my vest, but they're pretty cool. Because you never know. Things come up with us, things come up with them, but yeah, it should be pretty good. Got some new intros and some new outros we've been sitting on for a while. So might bust those out, be kind of cool. Hopefully they're not lost in space, right, Jared?
I'm just happy the band's back together.
I'm right on top of
Jeez,
that,
guys.
Rose.
Yeah, we won't be every week like we used to be, but we'll be every couple 2 or 3 weeks and get together and shoot the shit.
The content will be strong.
So short and sweet, episode 25
25.
in the books. We're excited to continue to do this. Guests coming up, like Dusty said, Fabiano coming up real soon. We got some other people kind of lined up, some local heroes, some new local heroes, we'll call it, and then whatever else Dusty cooks up.
I said, or you guys, because the goat has gotten some pretty good ones too. Like Sean Kinney.
Yeah, giving him a call right now.
Hey,
Wink,
give us
wink.
a really quick rundown of Catalano. He's been doing some pretty cool stuff, hasn't he? That guy's
Yeah,
awesome.
He's doing some great stuff. He's about to announce some cool gigs that we're talking about actually doing physical collectible posters for, which will be really cool. So hoping we'll pull that through. He just did a jazz festival. He was in Florida. The guy's all over the place. And if you live in Chicago, he will be playing somewhere very soon.
Boom.
That's badass.
Hell yes.
What do you say, boys?
What do you say, Dusty?
Peace.